Welcome to another episode of Tax Sale Starters, where we bring you the latest tips and insights into tax lien and tax deed investing. My name is Carlton Hoskins, and I love doing this episode because I get to bring you insights to make you a better investor and increase your ROI. And if you know me, then you know I like to help people improve their ROI. Okay, this week, I think this is going to be one of the best videos that we've done. Check it out, share it with your friends. The question is really simple, but it plagues everyone inside of tax deed and tax lien investing when they're getting started. And the question is, how do I get started? Really simple question, but a lot of information. I'll answer that as soon as we return. All right, thank you. And so let's just jump right into this because I think this is a really big question for many people getting started. The question is, how do I get started? And so this week, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask Brian Seidensticker from Tax Sale Resources to join us so that he can answer this question to give you some more insight on how to get started in tax lien and tax deed investing. And at the end of this video, if you still have questions or comments, please drop them below so that we can get to those answers and share them back to you in a video just like this. So let's just get right into it. Brian, thank you again for joining us. I really appreciate you taking out time to come over here and helping us with some of these questions. So here it is. The audience wants to know, how do I get started in tax deed investing?
How do you get started? I guess there's it's an industry that is unregulated. You don't necessarily have a university you can go to learn how to do this, and all that is to say there's many different ways you can get started. I mean, how I would recommend getting started is certainly educating yourself, number one, on what, I guess, how the sale process works in the state or states that you're targeting. And there's services out there, there's books you can read, there's websites. Tax Sale Resources has a quick summary of how the process works, and then also has links to the state statutes that ultimately govern how the auctions occur. But there's kind of two things that you need to do. And probably number one would be define, what are you actually searching for? Define your model, right? Are you going after vacant land? Are you going after single family homes? Are you targeting multifamily? Do you want industrial? I will say most people that get into this industry are targeting single family homes, to fix and flip them or to wholesale them. And so your competition there is going to be much greater. There's not as many people that are looking for vacant land right now anyway. But you need to define your model. And the reason I say that's number one is because that will help you decide which state or states you can actually target. You can't buy deeds in every state. You cannot buy a deed in Montana. You cannot buy a deed in Wyoming. I used to think you couldn't buy tax deeds in Arizona, but I was proved wrong. This year, they actually had a couple counties that ended up having tax deed auctions, which is generally unheard of in Arizona because typically they only sell tax liens. So once you find your model, then you can figure out what states you want to invest in. Then you need to research how those sales occur, which you can get through the state statutes. You can get through, there's different educators and coaches out there. There's lots of books that you can read. And once you have that pretty well under control, then I would actually attend an auction, but not to actually buy anything. Just go attend one, see how they work. You'll learn more doing that than you probably will from the previous two steps. But going to the auction with the excitement of wanting to place money for the first time, typically, and I've been guilty of this, long ago as well, as you get pretty excited and you end up buying something you ultimately probably wasn't the best decision, just to get the experience. And usually that's not the best choice. But that's how I would get started. Again, there's many different ways out there. A lot of different folks have great videos on how to invest in this space, and they can give you get you educated on how to do it. But figure out what you want to buy first. Figure out what states you want to attend. Then actually go to an auction, and you will be I would say your junior year in college, if that existed for this industry at that point.
Awesome. Great stuff right there, Brian. Thank you. Again, read, study, get information, talk to experts, but read, study, go to the county, do a little bit of watching, get an idea of what's going on. Thank you, Brian, for all that insight and so much more. Okay, y'all, you know what I say all the time. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can keep up with the latest insights, so you can get the new stuff as it's coming out. And go check out taxsafefinders.com. I know I say this every week, but check this out. This is my go-to. This is where I go to pull an auction list. This is where I go to get the next liens. This is where I go to do the research on those particular properties. I do everything at taxsafefinders.com. So if I really want to help you improve your ROI, there'd be no reason for me to keep the secrets to myself. So I'm telling you now, go check out taxsafefinders.com. You'll be glad that I sent you there. And as always, until I see you again, happy investing.